Steady, go.
Good morning. Hello. Hi. Hey. These are just some of the terms of address that I use with people in my language community. My name is Jenny and I live in Broome. I grew up in the southwest of Western Australia, but I've lived in Broome for 22 years, travelled extensively overseas and actually spent time out in remote Kimberley communities. Today I'm a monolingual native English speaker, but my use of language varies greatly within my social identities and networks. Today I'm going to talk about my networks, starting with what Holmes would refer to as my most dense network, which is my family, then move to my friends and groups that I'm a part of, my work where I'm a lecturer and I have colleagues and students, and then as a member of the wider community and my children's school community. With my family, I have two children who are 6 and 8 years old. So over the last 8 years, I've been seeing all of the stages of child language acquisition. The affect of my speech is usually very positive with my children, especially when I'm greeting them from school or saying good morning. And I use more standard terms when I speak to them because they have been learning language. My husband works away a lot, so often our only mode of contact is email. But when he's home, we will sometimes have fun, be very informal, and I'll use things like saying, when he opens the gate for me, I'll say, "Thank you, kind sir," in a received pronunciation accent. My mum would be my next closest person that I speak to, and the mode would be by telephone as we're separated by distance. But our contact is very close and affect is very positive. We then move to my friends and extended groups. I have new friends in Broome. I have childhood friends who I don't see often, but we still speak very, very closely. My mother's group, I speak very informally with, and it's a very casual interaction. I also have shares in racehorses. So when I speak with people in the industry and in members of the syndicate, we have quite a different register, and the lexical terms that we use are quite different, and this builds solidarity between our group. The mode that I use with friends is often text messages. I'll use emojis, but I'm very careful about which ones I use and who I use them with. When I'm at work, I have students from many different countries. I have students from China, Thailand, Korea, Pakistan, Chile, Brazil. And when I speak to ESOL students, I'm very aware of my pronunciation and the pace of my speech, because I tend to speak quite quickly. I slow it down. With my colleagues, they are also come from all parts of Australia and around the world. There's some that I've known much longer than others. And at work I tend to be more formal and speak much more standard English. And the status between my colleagues can definitely influence my interaction with them. Many of my work networks are uniplex, so as Holmes would say, where I only see them at work, not out of work. As a community member, I live in a very multicultural town. There are many languages and dialects spoken in Broome, and in terms of the history of the Broome language, the local language, which is Yaru, is now being reawakened, but it was a time due to government policies where it was forbidden to be used. Thankfully now, they are actually reviving this language, and where my children go to school at Broome Primary, they are learning Yaru language at school, which is fantastic. All of the classrooms in the school and areas in the school are named in Yaru language, so the linguistic landscape in Broome, with street signs and the schools, is very varied with the Yaru words. At school assemblies, they begin the address in Yaru, they say good morning in Yaru, and welcome to country addresses are always in Yaru for any events around town. If you have time to check out, I'm very proud of our school to be involved in the I Am Australian in the Yari language, and check it out. There's also a Yari language YouTube clip, Yari language app where you can learn some Yari words, and that's my language community.